Welcome back to Good Day. So, you know what's so nice about Good Day? We can do art, we can talk
look at
cars, and we can eat well as well. We do it all.
It's a great
in 1 hour.
It's a great hour. We got our aprons back on. This time of year, it is easy to think of sand, sun, beaches, the islands.
Yeah, so we're taking you to the islands this morning with Chef K from Island Soul.
Good morning. Thanks for being here. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a busy summer, I imagine, for you. You got the food truck, right?
Girl, and I say being on that food truck, it's like I'm losing 5 pounds every hour. It is hot, but it's busy, and that's a good problem to have, right?
It's a good problem to have. Well, we're glad that you took some time out for us today. What are we making?
So today, I'm going to demonstrate or feed you guys one of the new items on our menu, which is fish and grits. I did not grow up with grits. I grew up with what you call polenta here, which is cornmeal.
Okay.
Same thing, yellow cornmeal.
Okay.
But I'm going to do, this is my spin on it. On the food truck, we usually use red snapper because that's a fish that I grew up on. Today, we're going to use salmon because everyone loves good salmon.
I love salmon. I do.
Yes,
I'm a big salmon
indeed.
fan. Okay.
So I've already have the stone ground grits already going. I cooked that down with some chicken bouillon, butter, cream. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes to cook, so it's been doing its thing before we got on screen.
Gotcha.
So what we're gonna do is
TV magic, then you have to have it ready. Yeah?
We're gonna work on the Cajun salmon portion, which has we have our sliced peppers, onions, spinach, and then this is a mix of our in-house soul spice and Cajun spice.
The secret.
Soul spice.
Soul spice.
Okay.
Because when you get to eating, you feel it in your soul.
Okay.
All in there.
So I always ask this question when we bring chefs on, what's in the soul spice?
If I tell you that, you'll have to work for me exclusively. You have to sign a contract, the whole 9 yards.
The whole thing.
Okay.
So are you prepared to leave and come with me?
It's too hot on that food truck for me.
I'm just saying, we're gonna have to get you a nice little bandana to like soak that all up. But yeah, so we started with a little bit of oil.
You can try.
I tried.
You can try.
You sure? I mean, we have a trial run.
Okay. I don't know.
If you last 1 hour,
Okay.
you just sign the papers.
Okay.
You sign the papers.
And then there you go. Then you'll have the secret. Okay, so we got onions going in
We
there.
got onions going, and
What kind of oil did you use?
this is vegetable oil. You just keep it simple.
Okay.
Every single layer.
Soul
The
spice.
soul spice. Every single layer. So we let the onions go.
Every
now,
layer,
the
got
good
it.
thing I like about these grits, they take on whatever flavor that you want. So, again.
I like tofu, Steven.
Yes.
Steven is on his own with that tofu.
But you know what? I'm okay with tofu. Had some good tofu last week, actually. Jacqueline Jones brought some on, but I'm not the biggest fan of tofu because of the texture. But I do want to know this. You mentioned that normally on the islands you would use cornmeal. So where did the grits come from? Was that a New Orleans type?
That is what I consider the soul part of island soul. So when I moved to America, remember, I didn't grow up on grits, but I went to Johnson & Wales University. The cafeteria had it. Let me try it. I loved it. Why not incorporate it into my menu, into my dish? So
you put some cheese in there.
Oh yeah,
so
did I not tell you I like
for a while,
cheese?
and the cheesy grits was kind of the thing.
Yes.
So yep. So savory.
So yeah, I forgot to mention I did add cream cheese to the grits as well. So we love creaminess. Fat is in when it comes to food. Fat is right, and that's what we're gonna keep going with. So this is going.
It smells wonderful.
It smells delicious.
Thank you, thank you.
She did a little flippy flip there.
You know, flip up the wrist because you know we can do it like that.
And then another layer.
Yep, it's all about layers, okay? Because you want every single thing to just build upon each other. If I can keep the simplest ingredients, like I said, this soul spice has every single flavor that I would want. It's it's like all purpose. It has a little bit of heat from the cayenne peppers. I can tell you one other
secret there.
I can tell you one other. There is some ground fennel.
Oh.
Okay.
There is some ground fennel.
Can we get one more?
Keep guessing.
You know what?
we got cayenne.
If you would like to put a dabble on, sniff it, and see if you can decipher what spices are.
Probably garlic salt.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh.
Can I put some?
You sure can. Go for it.
Can I put some more in right now?
Come on. You know what? In fact, let me put the salmon in there.
Next layer.
Next layer. Go for it.
Look at that.
Go for it. Now I need you to do. Oh, you got on white sleeves. I can't have you bring it off of the back.
Oh, okay.
Man.
Oh, the salt bay.
There we go. There we go. There we go. So yeah, we just let that cook down.
Okay.
Now, as that goes down, we're going to use, this is a mixture of heavy cream and whole milk.
Okay.
Again, fat. Fat is where it's at.
Fat is where it's at.
And that is what's going to create our sauce.
I'm excited.
Comfort food.
Yes.
That's what I see.
What else do you have on your truck right now?
So right now, you know, we always got to have that signature not Jamaican jerk chicken, which is our #1 seller. So if you come to the food truck and you don't know what to get, always get the not Jamaican jerk chicken with soul mac and greens. That is the epitome of island soul. That's my first dish that I've ever made because it brings the island from the not Jamaican jerk. It brings the soul from the collard greens, mushrooms, turnips. And then everywhere you go has some mac and cheese of some sort.
Right.
So that
you gotta
is
have
the
it, right?
Gotta have mac and cheese, whether it is baked, whether it is made with a roux or just completely bound by cheeses. Every culture in some way, shape, or form has a mac and cheese.
Has mac and cheese.
So that right there is the epitome of island soul.
Oh, it smells so good.
So I'm gonna add a little bit more.
Okay.
Yep, and let that simmer. Before we get done, we're gonna add the spinach that will have that brightness and that greenness.
Sure.
And little secret.
And it's good for you, too.
That right, Papa?
Hold on. Just wait. You said little secret.
Little secret.
So you're going to tell this secret.
A little tip, whenever you're cooking, salt is not the only flavor profile there is. And if you're tasting, you're like, it's missing something, add acid.
Okay.
Whether it's lime juice, lemon juice,
Okay.
red wine vinegar, balsamic, whatever it is that you're doing, add a little bit of acidity before you add some more like salt.
Okay.
And that would open up the flavors that are already in the dish. And then from that point on, you're like, okay, now it needs more salt, or now it needs more this, or needs more that.
Gotcha.
But just don't go be throwing a whole bunch of salt.
No, you don't want that.
We don't want that.
That was a big secret.
Yeah.
See, now both of y'all hired, okay? You
Gotta
can
sign the
Gotta sign the
contract.
papers, yeah.
We can talk about
We're going to
payment a
Ernest
little
Boo
later.
work this evening, so I will provide shirts, aprons. Just show up, and then we're
And
good
she'll
to
put
go.
us to work.
So are we almost done
Oh,
with the
we're
dish?
almost done. The fish got about another 2 more minutes before
So
we
you know
add
who's
that
been
spinach.
standing over here with his apron on?
Come on,
We're gonna
man.
Come on,
add
Matt.
that spinach.
Popeye, right there.
Okay. Right
So
there.
Matt is here.
gonna
We're
tell my
going to
dog.
take a commercial break. We'll be right back, and I think this will be plated. These two will be taste
Yes, sir.
tested.
Yeah.
Professional.
Yes, sir.
More Good Day in a moment.